Anaconda is my latest 4K review. Um, so this is kind of one of the ones that I have a little more experience with the Blu-ray, so I can talk about this a little better. Um, so if you don't know the history of Anaconda on Blu-ray, basically it was put up on Blu-ray like years ago from Sony, and it went out of print, and it got kind of valuable. Like it was a lot of people were on the hunt for it. It was gone, kind of hard to find. And then Mill Creek eventually reprinted it, and since then, like Anaconda has been pretty available. Like the Blu-ray at multiple points was $5. In fact, I bought it on Blu-ray for $5. And then they reprinted it in a steelbook, and I thought the steelbook was nice, and I got it for cheap, so I upgraded to the steelbook. So it was just kind of cool. I've had that movie for a while, and I once again upgrade to the steelbook on 4K. I will say I got a really good deal on this. I only paid $30 for this steelbook because basically, Amazon was doing their buy two get one free deal, and I got a book for free, and I got Krampus on 4K, and then I got this in there, so it kind of discounted the price of those and let the other one be free. It's kind of cool how that works. So I got this for $30. This is a great $30 title. Unfortunately, this is $40. And that's a bit much for this movie, because as much as I love this movie, and I do love this movie, it's a very fun movie. It's very entertaining. I did a review for it on my main channel. Check that out. I think that's just expensive, So since it's just annoying when I upgrade something to 4K and I think about how cheap I got the Blu-ray. Like when I was buying the Tron 4Ks, I got both those Blu-rays like $9 a piece, and now I'm paying like $50 for a steelbook. This is $4 for a steelbook. I mean, I got it for $30, but most of you are going to be paying $40. Now, I will say this seems to be more available than most Sony steelbooks, where like most Sony steelbooks on release date's been selling out. You can't get them. I have seen this one in stock quite a few places. I wouldn't hesitate on this though, especially with the closer that new one gets. This is gonna sell out. It'll probably go back into stock, so don't pay scalper prices if it's out of stock. Just wait. But if you do want this, I feel like it's gonna be there. Now let's talk about the actual 4K steelbook design. I like the Anaconda like wrapped around the whole thing. It's really nice, gorgeous steelbook. Honestly, most time I will say I really want a slip cover, but this steelbook is so nice that I honestly don't mind. And again, if they were just like $30 steelbooks, I would probably lean in the direction of steelbooks more often. I still genuinely prefer slips. Most of my collection is slips. I don't have a ton of 4Ks. Though surprisingly, I do have a lot of Sony 4K steelbooks for whatever reason, but I don't usually. This is but so I will say this was a movie that was kind of needed for a 4K upgrade, because not only is this an iconic movie that everybody kind of knows, but it's a movie that its Blu-ray was like one of those older Blu-rays. I think it came out like early 2000, somewhere like I think 2007, somewhere in there. I can't remember. Like it's one of the early ones from what I remember. From at least the original Sony one. Again, they've reprinted it from Mill Creek, who I guess is now Alliance Entertainment. But anyways, and so like it looked okay, but you could definitely see the age on older Blu-ray transfers, where like, yeah, they really had thinned out those details of how really good a Blu-ray transfer is supposed to look. Now a lot of Blu-ray transfers look a lot better, especially since a lot of times there's a lot of movies that get Blu-rays for the first time and there's 4K masters, so maybe they don't think it will sell well on 4K, so they have like 4K elements to it. I don't know, but like things like that happen. But I'm just saying. So Blu-ray looks okay, not great. And this 4K upgrade is fantastic. First of all, you see the color in this movie, because this isn't a bunch of like sweaty, kind of gross, like watery jungle type settings, bayous, things like that kind of stuff. And I think it looks a lot nicer that way. And so I think if you're like, you know, it just pops a lot more. That's one of the things I noticed is like how much the backgrounds pop a lot more. People, everything else is whatever. The thing that draws this back from being a great 4K remaster is not a fault of the 4K remaster. It's the fact that the effects in this movie are very dated. So seeing them in like higher resolution does kind of go, ooh, that doesn't look great anymore. But that really can't be helped because that's just how the film is. Be like if they did Independence Day now on 4K. They're like the scene with the dog in 4K well, I guess they did Independence Day is on 4K. I have that, but like the scene with the dog is goofier when you watch in 4K resolution, and so you know what I mean. Like I don't know, I like this movie. If you love this movie, you gotta get the Steelbook in 4K. I feel like it's a great addition. Don't wait on it if you really want it. I just wish it was a $30 price point. That's the correct price for these things, but unfortunately, that's not how the studios feel when they put this shit out now. It's kind of weird that the studios act like they're the boutiques now because they're charging just as much as boutiques.